What's up, Trap? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Love and Listening Season 2, Episode 5. So, we start this episode off with Andrew down at the house trying to make up with the guys, right? And, Zach is letting him know, listen, I didn't appreciate the things that were said. I didn't appreciate, that you went on your social media talking shit about us. And Andrew, straight up looked at him in his face and was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. And Zach was like, what you talking about? I saw it live. He was like, well, I don't know what you think you heard. He was like, no. It's not what I think I heard. It's what I heard you say. And which further just shows me that Andrew is just a fucking liar. You gonna sit there and try to Jedi mind trick this dude and try to make him think that he ain't hear what you said. And then finally, after I guess he figured he ran out of stuff, then he gonna say, well, if I went on my social media and, I was having a bad day and I kind of took it out on you, and I said whatever I said, if I offended you, I'm sorry. See, that's too much. Just say I was mad and I went on my social media and my bad. I hate people who have to do a if and what for but thou maybe. He clearly is offended. He's clearly upset because he's letting you know he's offended and he's letting you know he's upset. So that's the conversation. So then, Eric made a good point. He said, listen, just like you were a part of the group and, we respected you and everything. We did, same thing with Ajani, and you owe her that. You owe her. Basically, Eric was saying you owe her an apology because we know you lied. You know you lied. You made that girl. You made people look at that girl sideways, and you owe her an apology, which he never does give her, by the way. But yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Then we have Ajani or whatever. On the other hand, she getting on my nerves too because your boyfriend didn't want you there with that man. Y'all had a whole fight, a whole argument about it, and when that boy appeared, you called him, and when he answered the phone, that was it. Girl, you should have sent him a text message or whatever else you needed to send him and say, listen, call me. I need to talk to you ASAP. Or better yet, you could have left. I know y'all are filming the show and maybe you couldn't leave. But y'all, let's be clear, y'all were on an estate with 5 houses. A pool house, a jacuzzi. You didn't have to go and engage with him. 2 things. 1, the shit is being filmed. 2, I would have loved to have been able to tell my boyfriend, listen, Andrew showed up, but you know what I didn't do? I wasn't around him. I ain't had nothing to do with him. I didn't even see him. He was there. We didn't have no contact with each other. And then I felt like your attempt to get in contact with your boyfriend, that was real lackluster. If it was something else that you really wanted to tell him, you'd have blew his phone up, you'd have texted him. Now, mind you, that's all they showed us. So I can't say you didn't call him more than once, but I can only go by what they showed me. And what they showed me is that you called, and even when it went to voicemail, you just left a real generic message. Then we have Jacob, who was acting a plum fool. Jacob, you acting like you've never been nowhere. You don't know nothing. You acting like you never had nothing. He puts on a red bandana and then he proceeds to dance. I know it ain't crip walking, y'all. Don't want nobody shoot me. But he proceeds to just listen. And he's drunk. He's so damn drunk off his ass. He's falling out on the floor. He ended up passing out at the end of the night. He done invited a bunch of random women up in there. And most of the guys there are single. Andrew ain't single and Eric ain't single. Zach is, with Samantha. But Zach was like, I'm going to make sure that I am way over here on this side. On the other side. Nowhere near none of the shenanigans. So Samantha can't think that I had nothing to do with this. I'm way over here. So Zach, kudos. Kudos to you, Zach. Then we have Ajani sitting there with an attitude. Now she's sitting there with an attitude because Andrew's there. And she said that she sees how Andrew is just effortlessly flirting with all these women, and it makes her feel like, well, if he's doing this so effortlessly with these women, then what it makes me feel like is that whatever we had or I thought we had really won't shit. Because he's doing the same thing with them that he did with me. Well, you ain't figured that out when he denied the fact that y'all ever did anything? You didn't already know? Okay. Then you have Samantha talking to Andrew, and I guess Samantha was trying to like trick Andrew into admitting something went down, but she's giving him like this whole scenario about how her ex-boyfriend wasn't shit and she want to know how to deal with ain't shit men because he's an ain't shit man. That's basically what she said, and he picked up on what she was saying. He was like this ain't a way for us to find a road back to the middle, like, and. But he did end up basically admitting that something went down between him and Ajane. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically he was like, you know, with the situation with me and Ajane, everybody was adults. Everybody knew the situation. She knew that I was engaged. I was like, what? Well, if nothing went down between you, Andrew, why would it matter that she knew you were engaged and that y'all were all adults in the situation and everybody knew what the deal was? Sounds to me like there was more going on than what you tried to say, boo thing. But I didn't like the way Samantha was like, oh, well, did you admit that? Are you admitting that something went down with y'all and now I have a secret over you? I ain't like that, Samantha. First of all, it ain't no damn secret. Nobody believes Andrew but Andrew. So you don't have a secret over anybody because there's nothing to have a secret over. That's number one. Number two, I don't know, like if you and Ajane are cool, why would you go back to Ajane and say, girl, he damn near admitted that something went down with y'all? I don't know. But at this point, I'm over it. I don't care anymore. I'm done with it. Well, I'm almost done. I'm done after this episode. Y'all so flying here. Sorry. So then, Ajane and Sarah end up going back to the other house, and you know they end up cooking and doing whatever. And here come Andrew after everybody goes to bed or whatever. And here come Andrew slinking up in the kitchen, and Sarah picked up on some stuff that I didn't even pick up on because Andrew was basically like telling them where his room was, what room he was staying in, and Sarah was like, "So you trying to?" Like, why are you throwing out your room number? Like, I mean, because, you know, they're staying in houses and stuff. Why are you telling us what house you in and what room you in? Like, why are you giving us your 411? Like, you think that Ajane gonna come sliding through? But Ajane said that he did not come knocking on her door and she didn't, you know, didn't go knocking on his door. And I believe it. I believe ain't nothing go down. So the next day, when Samantha and Zach end up going off and doing what they do with child. And they decided that they're going to take things slow, but that they are going to work towards that. And here's the thing I'm a little confused with, and I might be confusing what I'm getting ready to say with the previews for next week's episode, but Samantha said something about, like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get over my ex-boyfriend. I'm taking things really slow because of everything I went through with my ex. Like, I really cared about him, blah, blah, blah. Is that not what Zach said to you 3 episodes ago when he found out you had a boyfriend, when Alexander told him you had a boyfriend? Is that not what he said to you then? Like, listen, I want to make sure that you good. I want to make sure that you are over your ex before we jump into anything. And you got a damn attitude with him. Why would I be on a date with you if I still had a boyfriend? Okay, you might not be on a date with him if you have a boyfriend, but you clearly are still dealing with some feelings. And I think that's unfair. I think it is unfair that you would allow Zach to, even though y'all taking it slow, I think it's unfair that you would open that door up when you still ain't over your ex. But again, I think some of that we're going to see next week. So let me pull back a little bit. Then we see Jacob's girlfriend is pissed, which I understand. And she basically hit him with the, when you get home, we need to talk. And he was like, I don't even want to go home. Like, I just ain't, I know she pissed. I know it's going to be an issue. I know it's going to be a whole situation. I'm not even trying to do it. I ain't trying to go home. I ain't even trying to do it. So Zach, child, not Zach, Jacob, I think this is the beginning of the end. Even though he let us know he was only with her because she got pregnant anyway. So you knew that wasn't going to last. Then Andrew pulls Ajane aside to talk. And Ajane was like, so am I finally going to get my apology? Like, is that what this is about, that I'm getting ready to get my apology? And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Ajane about to get her damn apology, y'all. Girl, what? I still don't understand what the hell he said. Y'all remember the character from In Living Color that Damon Wayans used to play? The guy in prison who just talked and used big words and thought he was saying something, but he really ain't saying shit? Like, that was that conversation with Andrew. I have absolutely no idea what Andrew was talking about. really don't understand what Andrew was saying. But what I know he didn't say was, I'm sorry for what I did to you last year. I know that's not what he said. So anyway, everybody goes home, and Anjanae goes to see her boyfriend at his job because now she's feeling guilty. She didn't talk to him. She never told him that Andrew was there, and she wants to let him know. She said, you know, she really loves him. She doesn't want to lose him. Like, she's really upset and really worried how he's going to take the news. So she goes to his job. Why she thought that was a good idea, I don't know. See, that's one of those situations where that's more about you than it is about the other person. Because if you really loved him and you really was worried about making sure that everything was everything, then you would have just been waiting for him at his apartment in some, you know, lingerie laying across the bed. That's what you would have done. But you showing up at his job, that was about you and clearing your conscience or clearing your mind. Because you had to know that showing up at his job wasn't the best idea. Like, you had to know that wasn't a good idea. So she tells him at his, you know, so of course he knows something wrong because she walking in with the long face and all of that. And she tells him that Andrew was there. And he's like, so you came to my job for this? Like, you came to my job to tell me that? Like, what are we doing here? And then she was like, so you don't trust me? So you don't trust me? Like, tell me. And she getting loud and everything. He's like, yo, calm down. Like, we're at my job. Like, I'm going to need you to chill out. I'm going to need you to calm down. We're not having this conversation right here. And again, like I said, that was about you and not about him. So I don't know. We're going to see what ends up happening. That was that, y'all. That's all I got. That's all I got. I think we saw Taylor, but I'm not entertained. I don't care. I don't care. All right, peace.